Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say I can hear you. Love the video. Thumbs up. Got your 6. Hello. All right. Can you hear me? We can hear you. Okay, great. Guys, I had to ask because this is my very first ever live stream like this. Wow, look at all those people. It's like a bunch of people coming on here. Wow. Guys, I've never done this live stream thing. Listen, it's 7:36. I'm going to show you my watch. You guys know what time it is. It's 7:36. I was up here at my campground listening for tree knocks, and as always, it started at 7:15, almost like clockwork. And I've mentioned that in several videos, and people have always been like, "We want to sit out there with you. We want to listen with you." And I thought, tonight's tonight. So I set up. I put a table up here and all these things, but um, my internet connection, I can't connect from the house all the way up to there. So this seems to be as close as I can get. Let me uh here's our campfire pit. Up here's our campground. Here's our chairs. There was a tree knock. Listen, the whole thing, the point of this is not about me talking blah 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 like I always do. It's about I want you guys to be able to listen and look with me. So I'm gonna walk up there and build a fire just like I do most evenings. We publish like 2 videos a week. That's it. But the other 5 nights of the week, I'm coming up here. I'm sitting up here and listening until dark. And tonight, I'm inviting you to sit and listen with me. So I'm going to go up there and I'm going to start my little fire and listen. I just hang out for as long as you want. If you get bored, go somewhere else. But you've asked, where's the live stream? Here it is. Get my 6. I'm going to start a fire here. Sit here. You watch the entire perimeter. Keep your ears on. I've heard stuff already. I want to get you guys closer to the campfire and the campground because that's where all the action takes place. But I don't know how close I can get you before my internet connection will die off. I'll tell you, he, she, it, or they are pretty freaking smart. Before I turned this camera on, we were hearing knocks like every 3 minutes. And I start the camera and it's like silence, total silence. We've got us a pretty good campfire going up there at the campground. Trying to read the comments, but they're coming in so fast, I can't. Looks like I'm wearing something from the 1900s. I guess so. Like UVA, 18 something hundred, just won the national basketball championship. Oh yeah. It's called like just ageless, classic, timeless, retro. If it ain't broke, don't break it. What's that? Oh, I suck. You do. Someone said hi from Turkey. Chawani Boshi Gaelic Joanna. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, they know what that means. No one else does. I can't tell you how I know how to speak their language. I'm gonna see if I can get you closer without this thing dying. I will take you all the way to the campfire if I can. I tried that earlier, but we had no success. Keep listening. Okay, if we disconnect, just sit tightly and I'll try to reconnect. I'm going to try to get you as close as I can campground. It's almost dark. And look. See if I can show you this. We have a near full moon. Remember those night hunt videos? I said I'd never do them again. Well, I guess I kind of kept my word because we're improvising. We're doing them live. It's almost dark and this is getting kind of creepy. Okay. Hi, Kevin from Idaho. Hello, Julie Tetton. In New York at 7:53. You said that. Paola Dupli, something like that. Hey, same thing here. We're in Virginia. We're on the East Coast. We're all in this together. East Coast, West Coast, Mid Coast. Hey, Carol Webster. Hi, Kevin from Canada. I thought you lived in Texas. Oh, my bad. And I'm not trying to skip anybody. There's just hundreds of comments coming in all at the same time. Trying to see how close I can get you. If I can sneak you all the way up here, I will. Guys, this is really freaky. I mean, I come up here every night and I hear trees like every 3 or 4 minutes, but I start recording and it's like everything goes silent. It's almost as if he, she, it, or they knows they're on camera. I've talked about this in other videos. You guys like my new UVA hat? Solid bright orange. You know how I got it? I worked in the concession stand at the UVA versus William and Mary football game last weekend. And it was a required part of the uniform. I'm like, oh, you're going to give me a brand new UVA hat and make me wear it? Oh, woe is me. It's great. I love it. It's like a $25 freaking hat right there. So I didn't get to see UVA crush William and Mary 52-17 because I was selling hot dogs and popcorn, soda pops, but I got a free hat out of it. Brand new bright orange. We're getting close, guys. I can't believe that my connection is staying live. Selena Light said, I grew up in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, and there are crazy things that stay safe. Selena, you ain't tell me something I don't know. What's up, Sherry Jones? Eddie Roberts, hello from Oregon. Hello, Eddie. It's funny, I was working in a concession stand. I'm going slowly. I'm trying not to lose our connection. We're almost to the fire, guys. Stay with me. I'm about 100 yards away from my house, and I live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm surprised we still have a connection. About 80 yards from the fire. So anyway, I'm in the concession stand, and there's like this older couple, like in their 60s, this woman and this man, and they come and they buy something from me, and they're looking at me all funny. Do you hear that? Look at the moon. It's almost ready to break through the trees. So anyway, they get their hot dogs and popcorn and sody pop. Tell Giggly Girl to join us next, says Patricia King. Giggly Girl's putting our little son to bed. He's got school tomorrow. Well, I kissed him, I hugged him, read to him. But if I stay in there, all he wants to do is play. I gotta leave. I gotta leave because he will not go to sleep. So, because I'm fun, I'm the fun guy, and she's a disciplinarian. So I got to come out here and listen for Bigfoot Sasquatch. He won't go to sleep. So I look over about 4 or 5 minutes later, and I see that old man pointing at me, going, "He's on YouTube. Ain't no way." And she saw me looking at me. She's like, "Shh." So if you were at the UVA game on Friday when UVA spanked William and Mary 52-17, and you thought you saw a crazy lake from Homestead and Off the Grid, the guy from the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch show, working a concession stand, you were right because you did. And he got this really cool, brand new freaking orange hat. Okay, there's a fire. Man, we're still connected. Let's keep going. Hello from Washington, Mercedes Schneider. Hello, Mercedes Schneider. Washington State will always hold a special place in my heart, not just because that's where most Bigfoot Sasquatch sightings occur, but because that is where I lived for a while and actually deployed to Iraq with the Washington Army National Guard. Great people out there in Washington. Great people. Yeah, Paolo, I pronounced your name incorrectly twice now. Pay attention behind you. I'm watching. We're almost to the fire. I guess we're sneaking up on he, she, and her, they. This is really freaky, guys. I'm telling you, every night I come up here and we just hear knocks and howls and barks and all kinds of unexplained noises. But since I'm recording and we're live, I'm not hearing squat. All right, let's get a little closer. Jessica Cole, another two watchers from Washington here. Thank you for your service. Hey, Jessica, thank you for your appreciation. Oh, Paula Dupay. It's pronounced like Paula, not Paula. I thought I was mispronouncing the last name. How do you say the last name? Paula. Okay. I have a little something I can put the camera on here if we don't lose our connection. I'm going to be very close to the fire. See if this works. Oh, wow, we made it. Guys, we are pretty close. Hold on. Ah, okay, there's a campfire. Guys, it's pretty much almost dark. Okay, let me go put another wood on the fire. Look, I'll show you the moon first. Guys, this is a great night to be doing this. I apologize for the darkness. I could bring out some lights, but then that might keep him, her, it, or they away, if you know what I'm saying. Don't they thrive on darkness? Okay, so listen, just bear with me. If you got something better to do, go do it. But I'm gonna go throw some more wood on this fire. Stack it up. Did you hear that? Listen. Oh, ugh. Oh my God! I just got one of those blinding headaches, and I didn't even see the flash of light. But son of a gun! I brought you to the camp. Hey guys, I'm gonna press our luck here. We made it this far and we've not lost connection. Helen Krug is watching from Long Island, New York. Great. One of my best friends is from Long Island, New York. He lives down here in Virginia now. Julie Tetton says the fire looks nice. Thanks, Julie. We're going to try to move you closer. I put a table there. Listen, if we disconnect, stay tuned. We're going to try to reconnect. I'm slowly but surely trying to make our way up here to this campfire so you can join me while we're listening for Bigfoot Sasquatch. The potential Bigfoot Sasquatch. And what happened to my new hat? I want to run an idea by you guys. Missouri here. Dennis Rose, the state of misery. I love Missouri. Dennis, you ever been to the top of the arch? It's really neat. Go check it out. Gateway to the west. Cross that Mississippi and you're in the west. Fireside chat. John Chorney. Hey, John Chorney. We're going to have us a fireside chat if the freaking connection doesn't die. Feel bad. Got a good buddy named Jack. Loves to come up here. Hey, Jack, if you're watching, you and your wife, Regina, love to come up here to our campfire. And we still have a connection. We might make it. If I make it to this table, we're going to be, man, I can't believe it. I'm like 200 yards away from my house. I live out in the middle of nowhere. Hello from Minnesota. Jewels, hello. Been there on that one Great Lake. Only 4 states I haven't been in, folks. Give me a shout out from one of those 4 states, I'll acknowledge you. Otherwise, it's a secret. Oh my gosh, did we make it? Guys, you are at my campground at the Sacred Campfire, where I have a very secret club. It's a club that consists of about 6 people. We call ourselves the Alpha Males. I mean, that's just what we call ourselves. We're men who have done things, accomplished some things, and you are on sacred ground right here, whether we see or hear him, her, it, or they or not. Let me get a chair. I'm going to give you another shot of the moon because it's up above the tree line now. It's almost full. So you're joining me live kind of on a night hunt. Sandy's Curious Things. I'm from Southeast Texas. Have you been there? Yes, I have. I spent a couple nights in South Llano State Park on the South Llano River, and I saw this beautiful bird called the painted bunting, a very rare bird that looks as if it laid down on a painter's canvas and rolled around. And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're from there. Beautiful place, beautiful place. Elkton. Well, here's a fake name, whatever. EPD 397K. I'm from Elkton, Virginia. Where you at? Might visit sometime. I'm not going to tell you. And if I ever invite anybody here, you're welcome to visit. If I don't invite you, you're not welcome. I mean, that's simple. Not trying to be rude. But I do catfish in Elkton on the Shenandoah River, right across from the chorus plant. You know where I'm talking about. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. This is our home. I mean, we know everybody means well. I'm kind of busting some tennis things you play tennis with here, and I don't mean to, but This is our home, guys. If we ask you to come here, welcome. If we don't, come on, man. Really? All right. Have you been to West Michigan? Sandy Storm. I think that's one of the 4 states I haven't been in. What are we talking about all this stuff for? Geography and where I've been? We're supposed to be listening for the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live in the woods behind my home. Let's take a couple minutes and listen. Have I been to Florida? Says Catitude. Yes, I love Florida. I've been to Key West, and we're actually going to go there this winter because I hate the snow. You know, I was in the Philippines for 6 years, and I said, I miss winter. I miss winter. My first winter back, I was like, what the heck was I? What the letter F was I talking about? I don't miss winter. Representing Maine, Tracy Taylor. Hoo-ah, Maine. State of my favorite author, Stephen King. And yes, I've been to Maine. I went up there and camped in a cabin and fly fished for 3 weeks after the first frost, which meant the fish stopped biting and I didn't catch squat. All right, guys. So listen, we get a lot of emails. We get a lot of people get in touch with us. And there seems to be a recurring theme. And it has nothing to do with Bigfoot Sasquatch. Well, I mean, some of it. But there's a lot of people that say, look, I can tell that you can sense things. Okay. And I can. And they tell me a story. They say, listen, I live on a piece of property where, there's a lot of history. And I heard this happened. And I know, you're only 2 hours away. Could you come spend a little bit of time here walking around with your blue rectangles and your red circles and then whatever it is you do? And can you see if you just feel anything or sense anything? And if so, let me know what it is you think you sense or you feel. And we've been getting messages. Guys, you know, strange lights and strange places has been a big part of this show. And I'm seeing a light somewhere where a light does not belong. Behind me, you've seen it during the day. It's pure forest. See if we can pick it up. I can't get it. It's a light, almost like a lantern. Like there's a like there's a lantern in the woods behind me, about 200 yards back in the woods. I doubt you saw it on the camera. It's so grainy. So anyway, I'm entertaining the idea of going out and seeing some of these folks and just walking around their properties, spending some time with them, listening to their stories, if nothing else, and seeing what they have to say, you know? But that's something that we've never done. Deirdre Hewat just said, did you hear the growl? Yeah, I heard that too, but I didn't mention it because I didn't think anybody else on here would hear it. Let me be quiet for a few minutes. Yeah, Claire Fraser just said, what was that growl? So obviously I'm not the only one that heard it. CJ says, I heard a growl. Alstar Downey says, I heard a growl. Brad Rivella says, I heard it too. I hear footsteps. Listen closely. Okay, so guys and gals, it appears as if they're not knocking right now because they've come in closer. Usually when I hear the tree knocks, they're about 100 to 200 yards out. But when we hear the growls, that means they're within 100 yards, like like at the like at the tree line. I'm gonna go back and grab a piece of firewood. You probably won't be able to see me because I'm going behind the campfire, but that firewood is about 25 yards back, and about 10 yards past that is the forest. They may be right there. Get my six, but good luck doing it in the dark. Okay, you heard a loud, distinctive tree knock. That was me. About half a second later, you heard a not so distinctive tree knock. That was not me. And that was about 200 yards up the hill. Anthony Spedaccini says he heard it. Okay, I'm going to go back there. Listen, you're going to hear a loud, distinctive tree knock. That's going to be me. We're not trying to do nothing here that's not real. So you're going to hear a loud, distinctive tree knock. Try to distinguish the distance from the laptop here. It's going to be about 25 yards. And then listen after that and see if you hear another one off at a different distance. Barbara Merrick says that's some good dried wood. Actually, Barbara, if you remember this spring, if you've been following for a while, in February, the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live on our property may or may not have thrown a white pine tree at our house. This is the wood we're burning. All of our desirable hardwoods like red oak, white oak, we burn that in our wood stove in the winter. But any pine, a lot of sap, a lot of resin, we burn it up here at our campfire. So, hey, come here. Come here. You guys have been asking about her. Come here. Here's Cleopatra. Everybody said, where's Cleopatra? Huh. Hey, girl. Here she is. Listen, Cleopatra on her own has become pretty much a freaking inside the house cat. She used to come out here and run everywhere, everywhere. But in the last 6 months, she rarely leaves the house. And I guess she was outside tonight before I came up here, and she knows I'm up here, so she feels safe to come up here. But this cat used to run through these forests and through these fields, and I mean, she's a cat. She'd kill mice and birds and all these things, but in the last 6 months, she doesn't want to go out of the house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody's saying she should be in the house. Kathy Stout, Cleo should be in the house. Hey, she's usually in the house, and she will be in the house. She's gonna. I've got my own. She's gonna stay here with me, and she's not. She's gonna stay in the house. But yes, Anthony, she does have a sixth sense. We've made videos of this in the past. She can tell when I'm kind of having some PTSD issues, or and she wakes me up when I'm having some very terrible dreams at night. And she just came running up here, and this is odd because she usually doesn't. Why is she here? Why is she here right now? Guys, I'm gonna go do a tree knock, and you listen. You're gonna hear a loud one, that's me, but then listen for a lighter one off in the distance. May or may not happen. Just listen. There's no cans up here. You people who are saying you heard a can. I heard a can, I heard a can. I can do it because I believe in myself. It's the only can you'll hear from up here because we're all about the positive vibe. All right. So, y'all want to hear a weird story? Like a creepy story that I've never told? That was campfire. That's the campfire. Guys, if I know what it is, I'm going to tell you what it is. If I don't know what it is, I'm going to say, what the letter F was that? All right. Guys, you want to hear a weird story? I guess it's kind of everybody's saying yes. I'm seeing yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody said no, don't, but they have a fake profile. So we do not honor fake profiles on our channel. If you have the courage to say who you are and give your real picture, we will address you. If you don't, not so much. All right. Well, everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. Okay, so this is a true story. And I guess while we're sitting here waiting for the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live in the forest behind my house here, why not tell it to pass the time? Hmm? So, did you hear that? That was not just a very distinctive tree knock. That was one of those, I'm going to break this tree off 5 feet up to mark my territory sounds. And ironically, it's at the same place where Paula heard that, didn't you, Paula? Even though I still can't pronounce your last name. Mark Salcedo, he sure did hear it. Kim Link, hello from Indiana. Yeah, I've been in Indiana. Okay, so this is a story about getting lost in the woods. Getting lost in the woods when I was a 12-year-old boy, believing I met up with who I was supposed to have met up with to lead me out of the woods, only to be led out of the woods by somebody that was not who I thought it was, to find out I was lost. I know that sounds crazy, but it's going to make sense when you hear it. Okay, so that's an airplane. Okay, so I was about 12 years old. Come here, come on, come on, come on, come here. Cleopatra. She's alive and well. She's just afraid to come out a lot now, huh, girl? But you come out here with me when you know it's safe, because I'm here to keep you safe, huh? You hear it? She's my ears, guys. She can hear way better than me. Can't you, girl? Huh? Can't you? All right. So I was about 12 years old, and she's an Angora, so she sheds constantly. I'm constantly inhaling her fur. Okay, so about 12 years old, I go turkey hunting in the fall with my father. We go to the top of this mountain, and he says, "I'm going to circle around this way. You circle around this way, and we'll meet down here at the bottom." And there was a creek that came down, and it kind of leveled off to a flat part there. It says we'll meet right there. It'll take about, it's about a 45-minute walk for both of us. And this was a part of a mountain where there were always a lot of turkeys. Turkeys were known to just, they hatch there in the spring and they fed there off the grapes in the fall and whatnot. And we had done this before. We had done this. Noel, Noel, where's my wife? Is she not worried about you? No. Noel, Noel. I met my wife in Mindanao, the southernmost island in the Philippines, when I lived there for 6 years. Google that stuff. You will understand why my wife does not worry about me sitting on my farm in Virginia. Okay, so my father goes off one way, I go off the other. About an hour or so goes by. I get to the meeting spot. My father's not there. And it's about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so before dark. This was October, late October. Gets dark around maybe 5:40, 5:50. So I start yelling out, Dad, Dad. I hear nothing. I hear nothing. And I'm like, great. He's not here. Either that or I'm not at the right spot. Maybe I'm lost. Dad, Dad. 5 minutes till dark. All of a sudden, I hear somebody yell, over here. It was not, guys, check out. So, anyway, she's in attack mode. I, you guys, I hear footsteps in the woods. Kim Mills said she heard it too, so I'm not the only one. Guys, he got somebody or something coming in to hear this story. We've got 3 chairs here where they're very welcome to come and sit. All right, YST, I'll continue the story. So, wow, Cleopatra just came running back through here like she didn't want none of whatever somebody up here has to give her. Jimmy, 50 times Joe. McCollum heard it too. Okay, so anyway, I hear, hey, I'm over here. I didn't recognize the voice. I'd never heard this voice before. But I look over and there's a bunch of dangling grapevines, native Appalachian grapevines hanging down. And there was what appeared to be my father. And he's waving me over. So I start following him. I just start following him. I walk towards him and I'm thinking he's going to stand there and wait for me, right? Here I am, 5 minutes till dark. I'm his 12-year-old kid. But he didn't. Come here, girl. Come on. She's nervous. Cleopatra's nervous about something. There's something up here. You see her? She just jumped up in that chair. That's Cleopatra right there. Hold on. Let's do this right. Let's do this correctly. That's Cleopatra. No potentialities about it. That's a fact, Jack. Right there's my cat. yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of black bears around here. Somebody's asking about black bears. Yeah, we got a bunch of them. So anyway, swallowed a bug. Drink some of my Ovaltine here. So anyway, so I start following my dad because he wouldn't stop and just wait for me. I'm following through these thickets, over these rock like cliffs, over these brambles, through places we'd never been. And I was like, none of this territory looks familiar. Where are we going? Where are we going? And this my dad keeps saying, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Then I end up going straight down over this hill, straight down over this hill, and it's dark by now. It's dark, and it had been dark for some time. I mean, I kind of like fast forwarded everything here, but it had been dark for some time, like an hour. So I come down over this hill, and I see all these lights coming up a hill, like bright lights, like headlights on a vehicle or something. Like, oh, that must be a road. So I pop up on the road, and all these lights stop, and it's like dune buggies, and there's a couple fire trucks and all this stuff. And they're like, hey, we got him, we got him, we got him. And my dad gets out of a truck with some firemen, and he's like, it's the only time I ever saw my dad cry. He's crying, and I'm like, what's going on here? And so they put me in the truck. We started heading down the mountain, and he's like, you got lost. We lost you. He said, I didn't know what to do, so I went and I got the fire department, and we came up to get you. And I was like, what do you mean she lost me? I followed you out of the woods. And he didn't say another word. And that story I just told you is a true story. That was 30 years ago. I've never told that story. I've never written that story. Welcome to my campfire, guys. Guys, I got to walk that one off. That was that was a little bit too close to home. I talked about some things there I just never thought I'd talk about again. It's Cleopatra sitting there in that chair. I'm gonna let you watch fire for a bit. I'll be back in a few minutes. Listen very closely, okay? I'm not gonna knock. I'm not gonna do. Hope I didn't just pause the video. Hey, Joanne Peterson, 30 years ago, I'm a youngin'. Thank you, Joanne. And always remember, you're not old. You've just lived longer than most people. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. I was down. I'm sorry to have been gone for so long because the chairs are still there. We need to put some more wood on the fire. I was trying to get Giggly Girl to come up here. My beautiful bride, dearly. But our son Daniel is asleep, and she's afraid he might wake up and walk in the living room and like, whoa, where's mommy and daddy? So let me get some. I miss anything? It's gone. I don't know why that is. Kim Mills with a child's voice. Ivan K says he saw Bigfoot. And boy, did you guys see Bigfoot Sasquatch while I was gone? Let me get some more wood on the fire. Guys, did anybody just hear a growl? It's 8:47 p.m. on the East Coast. And I swear I thought I just heard a growl. Oh my God, I hope my battery doesn't die on this. 27% remaining. I don't know. Maybe that's another half an hour. We're going to go until the battery dies, guys. Okay. Brad Wood heard the growl. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go back there and I'm going to give a loud, distinctive knock. You guys are going to hear a loud, distinctive knock. That's me. Listen for anything that may or may not reply after that, okay? Sherry Jones heard a slap. Joanne Patterson, who says I'm so young, keeps telling me to stay by the fire. Hollywood needs film on your property. No well, no well. No well, no well, no well, no well. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, guys. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. I used to be able to put a man's eye out about 1,000 yards, open sights. Now, I don't even put a man's eye out like 990 yards with open sights. So bear with me as I try to read these comments. Please say hi to Ryan in Oregon. Okay, Connie Bounds. Connie Bounds, this is for you. Ryan in Oregon, hello. I love Oregon. When I was in the Washington Army National Guard, we went down a couple times to the Oregon State National Guard's like grounds, which is on the beach where they filmed. What was that movie? Where the pirate ship comes busting out of the. Help me out here, people. Help me out. Goonies. The Goonies. Yes, the Goonies. The Goonies was filmed on the beach of the Oregon Army National Guard State Headquarters. I've been there. Goonies, right there. Jules says Goonies. CJ says Goonies. Thank you, Goonies. Connie Bounce. Connie Bounce. Yep, there you go. All right. CJ in Astoria, Washington. Been there. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Yes or no? Because I know this is all fun. It's like we all like to. Guys, I just heard something from the woodpile to my left. Sounded like something clearing its throat. My battery's dying. You know what, guys? What do you think about this? How about if tomorrow night I come up here with a fully charged laptop battery and we do this live thing from like an hour before dark until the battery dies? You guys want that? Yes or no? Kim Mill says yes. Jules says yes. Claire Fraser Baven asked for more stories. Claire, I'm full of them. Oh my God. It's like 500 yeses coming across the screen right now. Jeez, I wish I had a power cord up here. Well, I got 23% remaining. Let's see how long it goes. I can outlast these batteries, can't you? Look at all these yeses. Like 5,000 yeses. Well, okay. 72 yeses. 72, 5,000, same thing. I mean, it rhymes. 72, 5, it rhymes. Guys, I got to show you this moon. I think tomorrow night is going to be the full moon. And I think we're going to sit up here and enjoy it together at my campfire, if y'all don't mind too awful much. People keep saying they're hearing a child's voice. I'm hearing something. Donna Nolan just let us know that Friday night is a full moon. But Donna, I got bad news for you. Friday night, UVA is playing Florida State here in Charlottesville. And we're going to the game. We can't miss that one. UVA is 2-0. Of course, we ain't played nobody. We beat William and Mary. Well, Pitt, I mean, there's somebody. Pitt's a pretty good team. We beat them, but this coming Friday is going to be the challenge, you know? I'm not working in no concession stand against Florida State. I'm going to be sitting on the 50-yard line watching us play Florida State. Ghost stories. Railway 5 says ghost stories. Hearing all kinds. Vicky Gans hearing all kinds of stuff. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff too. Okay, I'll try to shut up for a minute. I'm going to time it for 1 minute. I'm going to shut up. See what we hear. Yes, Bradwood, I've been to Kentucky. Oh, I went to the Kentucky Derby a couple times. Chris Ryder says I'll go to the game. He'll be here when I get back. Bro, Chris, the game starts today. It's not gonna be over till 11:30. By the time I get way out here in the middle of nowhere, I live in like the most desolate part of Albemarle County, same county Charlottesville in. I'm like the farthest reaches. It'll be 1:30 in the morning before I get home. You'll be asleep. Tanya Heath says I stayed quiet for 10 seconds. Yep. Brad Wood says he's my biggest fan. No, you're not. My beautiful bride dearly is. She thinks I'm nuts, but it provides her cheap and free entertainment. God, Robin Robin Hess just called me out. I'm so high. Okay, we're gonna start the clock over again. I'm gonna shut up for a minute, starting now. Roll Tide. Deborah Haynes, really? Alabama? Talking about Florida State and Virginia. Oh, Roll Tide. Yeah, we beat them in basketball this past year in the Final Four before we won our national championship. Yeah, go Who's. Oh, I made it. I made it 25 seconds that time. No, wait, it's not Auburn. It's Alabama. I'm sorry. Roll Tide, roll. That's Alabama. Well, we beat them too. I'm gonna get more wood to the fire. That'll keep me silent for at least a minute. We need more wood because we need bigger fire, more light. Okay, I distinctively did a tree knock, and then I heard something about 300 yards away. Listen again. When you go get more wood, another loud knock. See if you hear anything after that. Tony Lesh, still concerned about the lonely lantern. Yeah, Tony's been paying attention. We saw that lantern up here about, gosh, I just got to think, my gosh, I wish this battery wasn't dying. It's 19% remaining. I saw that lantern up there, but I've not seen anything up there since. Nice fire, isn't it? Hey, Kenneth Lear, I was quiet for a while, potentially, while I was getting more wood. Hey, Donna Burner, West Virginia. God bless you. Yours. Where are you? Caleb Syker. Where? I'm in my freaking backyard. Well, guys, we've been out here for an hour and a half, and this is kind of neat, but I swear to daffodils, I come up here and listen, and you hear knock, 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 knock. But so I figure, well, let's do a live thing. Let these folks hear the knock, knock, knocks. I do this thing, and we don't hear nothing. What, the letter F? you know, you know what? That lets me. I mean, people are like, oh, blah blah blah, fake hoax, blah blah blah. I will be seeing some crazy stuff going on up here at my place, and I'll run in, and I'll get the camera, and I come up and I try to record, and it's like, where'd you go? It's almost like they're taunting me. It's like it's like they want to entertain me, but I'm like, no, let's entertain the world. And they're like, hide behind their trees, sift back into their shadows. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? We got like 500 people on here watching us live. What am I supposed to do? Tell stories? I mean, I got some good ones to tell, like the one about getting lost in the woods, and being led out by a figure that I thought was my father, only to find that my father was coming up with the rescue team. I mean, I can tell those all day long, and they're true. But why won't he, she, it, or they show themselves to you the same way they show them to me? Does that mean I have are the trolls right? Do I have issues like up here? Am I like a little like cuckoo or whatever? Did I deservingly belong on those psych wards that I spent time on? I mean, just a couple. Come on, just a couple. No, no, they're here. He, she, it, or they are here. And I'm going to get them. And I'm going to get them on camera. I will capture them on camera. I will record it. I will record the unrecordable. I don't care if it takes me the next 10 years. I'm going to get them on camera. I heard that. Did you hear that? Granny Ginger believes. Yeah, Granny Ginger. Keep believing, keep watching. Stephanie Davis believes. She says yes. What's up, Stephanie Davis? Shout out to you. You know, say I'm crazy. Sometimes crazy is just a normal response to an insane world. You know that? Evelyn Everett believes me because she's seen one face to face. Tiffany Morgan's seen one twice. She believes. John McKinney believes. I mean, there's so many believers, you know? CF Patterson thinks I'm an empath. Yeah, I've kind of known that for a while, but I've never just kind of thrown that out there because I just didn't want to throw that out there, you know? That's why me and my cat Cleopatra. And by the way, when I went down there and you saw Cleopatra left the chair, she is safely shut up in the house. Cleopatra is safely shut up in the house. Phoebe Kate, Michaela Lemassoure. Sounds somewhat French to me. Phoebe Cates, yes. I still have my Phoebe Cates poster. I finally found it. My beautiful bride, dearly, aka Gilly Girl, actually hid it from me. I guess she's jealous of the Phoebe Cates poster, so I need to get that back in another video. I gotta show you this moon. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's gonna be full on Friday, but like I said, I'm gonna be at the UVA and Florida State football game on Friday. Kenneth Lear says, Phoebe Cates. Melanie Howard says, you do you. What's up, Melanie? I do me because everybody else has already been taken. We know that. Huh? Be yourself, folks. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. You do what you want to do. Otherwise, you are not living. You're not living. That was a fire. You're hiding. You're hiding. You be who you want to be. You live the life you want to live. You don't worry about what other people think. Do those other people pay your bills? No? Well, then that. Oh. Ah. No. Oh, sorry, guys. I got like a headache there for some reason all of a sudden. Oh, oh, sorry. I was like being all inspirational there or something, but all of a sudden it's like I just felt like a like a flash. Did you hear that? I just heard like a knock. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, ah, holy crap! You see that? It's like a letter A in the flames behind me. Maybe that's a reflection from the camera. I'm starting to get a little bit weary here. Listen, I hear what sounds like a dog barking. Oh, ugh. Ah, Celtic blued. Celtic blued said, "What's the most scared you've ever been?" I'm going to answer this question. Hopefully, I can get the answer. Ah. Hopefully, before the battery dies, we got 14% left. Something has closed the distance on us, folks. The scariest Halloween story. Scariest Halloween story ever, I could tell. And most people won't see it as scary. They won't see it as scary at all. But this is the scariest Halloween story I have to tell. You hear about these Halloween stories. Michael Myers coming and slicing and dicing and slashing and dashing all this stuff. And uh, you want to know the scariest I ever was in my life? I was on a C-130. We had taken off from Kuwait and we were flying into Mosul, Iraq. Ah, I'm trying to tell the story, guys, but something just keep hitting me in the head. I don't know how long the flight was. Ah, okay. So anyway, so the most terrifying experience I've ever had in my life, I guess. I mean, just to be blunt, is flying in that C-1. Something screaming from the forest. Can you hear that? Listen, listen closely. Something just screamed at us as if it was angry that we're here to have the audacity to have a campfire. And it's okay. So, anyway, this is a short and sweet story. Most terrifying experience of my life, scariest Halloween of my life. I'm flying on a C-130 from Kuwait to Mosul, Iraq, to begin a 1 year deployment in the war on terror in Iraq, in Mosul, Al Qaeda in Iraq's last stronghold. And I said to myself, as the plane is descending, the pilot said, "We are descending." Says, "You got 2 minutes to get off my plane. The longer I'm on the runway, the longer I'm a target. You get your butts off this plane because I'm not here to get shot up with mortars. You get out and you run because I'm taking back off." And I said, "This is a day I will always remember." Let's look at my watch. I looked at to get the date. I looked at my watch. 10:30 31, 2008, as a matter of fact, 11 years ago. I said, oh my God, how ironic is that? The most terrifying Halloween story I will ever tell will be of the day when on Halloween I freaking flew into a combat zone, touchdown to spend the next year. I mean, that might not creep you out as much as Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and ghosts and all these things, but that was terrifying. You know, Joseph Cornell just pointed out that Oregon and Washington State has a $50,000 fine for killing a Sasquatch. I'm going to address this because a lot of people are like, how can you charge this fine for killing something that may or may not exist? You know what? In Washington State, because I lived out there for a while, I deployed to Iraq with the Washington Army National Guard. They have found fibers like hair. Did you hear that? That was a tree knock. They have found fibers of hair that cannot be identified. They can tell that they are natural, but they do not match any other known animal or anything. So they have acknowledged the fact that there may be something out there that has not been like, that's a fire. That was not. I just heard more knockings off to my right, your left. I heard a growl. My battery's running low. 10% remaining. For those of you who want to stick around, stick around. I'm just going to sit here until the battery dies. Maybe it's another 20 minutes. Tomorrow, I will fully charge my laptop and we'll do this again. Okay. Somebody just asked, are Bigfoot real? I'm a big fan. Potentially. Roblox. Yay. Yeah. Potentially they're real. Yes, Pam Glander, this is my first live. That was a fire. Well, I'm gonna put some more wood on there. I'm gonna do another very loud tree knock. You're gonna hear one from me. Anything after that is not from me, okay? So we only have 8% of my battery on my laptop remaining. So I'm gonna give you my take on tonight. Tonight started out as most nights start out on my homestead. I'm sitting up here at my campground, getting ready to start a fire, and he, she, it, or they are all over the place. They're knocking, they're rustling through the leaves, they're making noise. They're doing all these things. Without a doubt, I know they're here. Okay. So we've been doing these videos for like 9 months or so. Once I started noticing this activity up here, and I didn't say, "Hey, look, here's a Bigfoot." I started making videos saying, "Hey, if you see it, type the sum of 4 and 3." You remember this? Because you guys have been watching for a while. And people were like, 7, 7, 7, 7, because they were seeing it. Because I was like, because I didn't want to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. What are you seeing? I wanted to keep it objective, non objective. and open, and you guys were seeing the same thing I was seeing. I would make a video that said, how many of them are watching from the tree line while he's whatever chopping wood? And you guys like, there by that big cedar, there by that. But you were seeing it. So I knew this was happening. So 9 months, we're doing 2 videos a week. And so I'm going up here every night and I'm like, it's time to go live. It's time to go live and show these folks, let them hear the tree knocks every 15 minutes like clockwork. That's the fire. That's not a tree knock. Every 15 minutes like clockwork. The rustling in the trees, hearing something walking on the grass, like right beside us, but nothing's there. So what do? First time I go live, bam. What happens? Nothing. He, she, it, or they is out to play me as a fool. They're out to play me as a fool. They're like, Crazy Lake, you're crazy. It's like, look, we want you for ourselves. You see us, you hear us, and you entertain us. We don't want no one else. We don't want these 165,000 YouTube subscribers. We don't care about them. We want you. And I'm trying to share them with you, the 165,000, 64, whatever. But here we go. I mean, we're almost 2 hours now live, and we've seen or heard nothing. Have we heard any screams? Have we heard any howls? Have we heard any knocks? Any other night, I'd be out here. I'd be hearing all these things. I'm very disappointed, and I apologize to those of you who have been, watching this whole time, because all you've seen is a fire, and me. As James Hurl just said, they're smarter than you. I agree, James. I mean, it's like as soon as I push record, play, you know, they shut up. And it's like I've said in other videos when I'm making my videos, these little 15-minute videos I make that we put up twice a week. As soon as I hit stop recording, bang, bang, boom, dang, to bang, bang, whatever. It's like, wow, where were you when I was making my video? It's like they're teasing me, Christy Curry just said they don't like cameras. I agree. I mean, it's like as soon as we start recording, it's like, bam, they're gone. It's like, where'd you go? Like she just said again, they know. It's like they know we just started recording. So, guys, here's what we're going to do. Colton Simpson